Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Sonali Rawat, from scientific editor from the Spark Kaho. On the occasion of World Patient Safety Day, we are bringing you a special podcast around this year's WHO theme, Patient Safety from the Start. Every child deserves safe care. During this, we will explore how collaborative practices, technology, and patient empowerment can make a care safer, especially for the vulnerable population like children. Today, we will be joined by our esteemed guest to discuss how ensuring safety right from the beginning can shape healthier future for every child. I'm delighted to welcome Dr. Sashikant Dheer, a distinguished pediatrician, researcher, and an educator, recipient of prestigious honors including the Indian Kiani Award, Dr. S.S. Manchanda Neonatology Research Gold Medal, and National Best Thesis Award with 46 publications, 9 books chapters, and 60 plus presentations. Dr. Dheer continues to inspire excellence in pediatrics and neonatology. So, sir, before we start, I would like you to tell us something about yourself and your journey as a pediatrician.
Okay. Good evening, Namaskar. First of all, thank you, Spark Kahu, for giving me opportunity to share my views on this very important topic. I, Dr. Shashikant Dheer, am a pediatrician and neonatologist currently working at Guru Gobind Singh Medical College, Punjab, Faridkot. My journey began with the belief that every newborn is a very important person in anybody's life, and all patients, they are very, very important for any families. So it gives me enough pleasure, it gives me thorough pleasure that whatever I feel when we save a life, whatever small steps we take, it feels that we are contributing something to the society. And throughout my journey of around 35 years, I have been instrumental in many quality driven projects which help in safety and sustainability of the projects which keep the neonatal health outcome going. So once again, I thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak on this very lively and important topic.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us today. Since I understand, sir, it's a learned uh, specialty. A pediatrician is a learned specialty. So, since today we are talking about World Patient Safety Day, where the theme is safe care for every newborn and every child from the beginning. As a pediatrician, what does this theme mean to you?
So, first of all, I thank the WHO for choosing this very apt theme for this year. This theme is deeply personal to me and any of those who are working in this field. The patient safety from the start means that ensuring that the first moment of the life they are protected, and that directly in means that the very neonatal period. So the neonatal period is the period of first 28 days of life. If we act during this period, this safety will go lifelong. So we know from the WHO data that the majority of the neonatal deaths that occur in the first 7 days of life, and if we act right at the neonatal period, we can go a long way in preventing the mortality which occurs in this age group. Having said that, I would also like to add that the safety isn't only about the preventing the mortality. So it's about preventing the harms which are potential which occur during the hospital care as well. So a thing which is often given the less importance as compared to mortality. For me, this theme is a reminder that the safety should not be optional or secondary. It must always be built into the DNA of all the healthcare systems, because if we get it at the start, we just don't save the lives, we give every child a healthier future. And it is the right of every child to have a safe environment, and that too right from the start. Therefore, this theme is very much pertinent of this year, which has been given by WHO.
I agree, sir, and second your thoughts. Since WHO is thinking about the newborns and every child from the start, so WHO objective includes awareness, mobilization, empowerment, and research. From your perspective, which of these is the most urgent need right now, and why?
Okay. So when we look at the WHO's objectives for this year, as you have already told, the awareness, the mobilization, the empowerment, the research, I would say that each one of them plays a vital role in building a culture of patient safety. The first and the foremost is the awareness. So awareness means creating the understanding that The patient safety, especially for the neonates and children, is a global priority. So we have to mean that every parent, every healthcare worker, every policymaker, and even the general public is aware that safe care is important for all, and if done properly, it can save millions of lives. Now, coming to second point, that is mobilization. So, this mobilization is turning this awareness into collective action. So, knowledge converting to action is the mobilization. So, it's about the health systems, the various government, various NGOs, and the communities who are working together, allocating the resources and making safety a part of everyday's practice. It's about moving from the knowing the problem to actively solving it together. So, for example, if the hospitals they adopt the bundles like safety care practices, it is just not living to the individuals is type of unmobilization. Coming to the third part, which is empowerment, it means giving the people, both healthcare workers and the families, the tools, the skills, and the confidence, all three, to make the patient care better and safer. It also means the empowering the parents to ask the questions and participate in the safe care of their children. So we did a shield bundle. I'll be discussing about that later. And the last is the research. So research is generating new knowledge as well as evidence to improve the safety practices. It is just not the academic initiative. It is about learning that what works well and what does not work well. So finally, the research ties it all together. So if you ask me that what works best out of this, I would opt for the empowerment. So the empowerment is the most urgent and most effective of these four. Awareness is definitely important, but without empowerment, it fades. Similarly, research is also critical, but it will only impact if the people feel enabled to act. So in short, the awareness tells us about the problem, the mobilization gets us moving, empowerment keeps on going, and research helps us to going stronger. And also it is important to note that the empowerment generates a snowballing effect, that as the people gets empowered, they empower other persons also, and this creates a ripple effect, and the people they keep on empowering themselves only.
I agree, sir. And apart from not only the awareness and mobilization and empowerment, there are some key steps which each healthcare or health system should ensure for the safer care from the birth onwards. What do you
Yeah.
think those key steps could be?
So I would highlight three important key steps in this. The first is to make safe care the default from the birth. That is, everyone should get the safe care right from the birth. The first foundation I would strongly encourage is to building strong systems. And when we say strong system, it does not just mean the equipment or the infrastructure. It means a framework that makes safety consistent and reliable, regardless of who is on duty or where the baby is born. So this strong system also requires the safety culture and the leadership. So the involvement of data system is also crucial. It's a dictum that we cannot improve what we cannot measure. Therefore, regular audit feedback loops helps the team to identify the the loopholes quickly and adapt the practices in real time. Another part of the system enhancement is the resource readiness. So this includes reliable supply chains for essentials like clean delivery kits and so on, so that all the systems work. So this was one, maintaining of the system. The second is the skilled professional. So unless until the professionals are skilled, even a sound systems will not be working. So the safety depends upon the well-trained staff who refresh their skills regularly. So medical profession, we all would agree that it is a dynamic profession, and if we do not hone our skills, we will soon lose the sheen. So therefore, continuing medical education using various enhancement programs like simulation and safety conclaves, that is a very effective tool for creating a pool for the skilled personnel, so that they can disseminate and they can use the systems also. The third pillar, which is the engagement of the families. So we all should agree that the parents and the caregivers are a strong pillar if we want our health system to excel in all the fields. The role of the parents, it begins as soon as the child is born. So parents are always with their children. And if a parent says that my baby is not looking good, we should always pay heed to that. And the parent should be able to recognize the danger signs which a baby shows. They should be able to maintain their vaccination cards. They should be able to refer or bring the baby to an appropriate health facility whenever it is needed. So they should not act as a bystander, but they should act as an active participant in the patient care. So they can also act in the reinforcement of the patient care bundles. So these things are the three important things, and if these things are actually done in tandem, so that is the building of the system, the increase in the number of skilled professionals, and engagement of the family, then I can assure you this: the safety during the neonatal health will become a default rather than a luxury.
Right, agreed, sir. This, in addition to this, I just wanted to tell that since we are living in a world of AI now and the digital technology, so I believe the healthcare innovation is one of the strategy we should believe to hold the most promising, um, for the safer pediatric care and the newborn care. So, what those innovations are there available for the people or for the healthcare professionals that we can use right now or in the coming decade?
Yeah. So as you rightly told that it is the era of the digital technology. So I will go for two important innovations which are very pertinent to talk on today's era. The first is use of digital technology, including the artificial intelligence. And the second, which is my favorite, is low cost, high impact, simple technology. So although the AI system is very, very important, but the low cost, high impact interventions are the most important. Simple uh, strategies like kangaroo mother care and the use of clean delivery kit, they are very, very pertinent in decreasing the infection in the rural setting. Here, I would like to explain one shield bundle. The name is very pertinent, shield. So this shield bundle, it was followed in our department to ensure the safety and improve the neonatal outcomes. So S acronym for the shield bundle, it stands for safe practices. H is hand hygiene. I is infection control. E is equipment. L is licensing, and D is documentation. So as we can see from this slide, that safe practices in our hospital meant that we used to earmark the staff, the separate staff for separate baby. It helped us to prevent the cross infection, and separate equipment for baby was also ensured that every baby had separate stethoscope, separate measuring tape, separate CPAP humidifier circuit, separate in bag and mask assembly, and such kind of things which prevented the infection from one baby to another. So the persons who are involved in neonatal care, they know that neonatal sepsis and cross infection is the biggest problem in any NICU. So this earmarking of separate safe practices went a long way to prevent the morbidity and the mortality. The second is hand hygiene. We all know that hand hygiene is the cornerstone of any prevention of infection. So it was made mandatory. Many classes were taken, and we led by example. Everybody used to perform hand hygiene, and we used various AV aids to promote this. So I standard for infection control. We use aseptic non-touch technique. We used various WAP bundles, and various theses and projects were also taken up to take this very important issue. Then equipment, we involved any dedicated staff who used to look after the equipment only. Their job was to find that how many gowns are there, how many gauze pieces are there, how many trays are there, how many cannula trays are there, and we used to audit this, and new equipment were also arranged. So very, very important thing was licensing. We involved the parents, the staff, and gave them the ownership. We created a very good peer group in which the attendants of the babies who were getting well, they used to teach their peers. So peer-to-peer learning is very important. So we have to understand that if a baby is getting well, if the parents of that baby tell another parent, do this, your baby will be fine. So it gives a very good satisfaction to the new attendant also, that yes, my baby is salvageable, and it helps in creation of more and more importance of the peer-to-peer system. We involved the sisters and gave them the ownership. Yes, it is possible that you are responsible for improvement in morbidity and mortality, and we regularly performed IEC activities as well. Last but not the least, the D is consolidation of this. We documented everything, we audited everything, and we did multiple projects which told us about the improvement and the things which we are doing in this shield bundle. So this shield is a very good bundle to decrease many neonatal morbidity and mortality. So this is the second and last slide. So if we see this slide, the mortality decreased by 52%. So we were able to decrease mortality to half. So it's a big number. So mortality was decreased from 18% to 8.7%. And neonatal sepsis, 55% reduction. So antibiotic usage, 50% reduction. Antibiotic escalation rates from 30% to 11%. Blood culture positivity 6 times decreased. So clinical shock 4.3%. So there was significant important in most of the outcomes. So we can see that the simple innovations, if done with an attitude, can do wonders, and they will go a long way. So we do not need any heroic efforts. So we all have been doing these things. We just have to reorganize the structure of what we are doing, and we will be able to achieve very, very great results. So coming to the second part, so which is the use of digitization or AI technology. So these days many apps are present, many monitors are there, which can be used to prepare an algorithm that can tell us that which symptoms, if present earlier, can lead to production of neonatal sepsis. Various app-based calculators are also there. So yes, I agree that in coming times it is the time of the digitization, but still I would bet more upon low-cost strategies, which are very, very important in decreasing the neonatal morbidity and mortality. And in countries like India, where there is a lot of variability in the resources, then these low-cost interventions such as kangaroo mother care, using institutional deliveries as a point of delivery, and the usage of clean delivery kits, they can simply be used for as an innovation.
Right. So since we are talking about the innovation, and the shield is one of the good example where we can use the low cost technology or the idea in the hospitals as well. So if there is one message you want to send to any policymaker on this World Patient Safety Day, what that would be?
So my message would be simple, very simple. My message would be invest in system, not just structure. So we often focus on building hospitals or buying equipment, but we fail to understand that only buying the equipment or the making the building will not do much of the deal. So we have to invest and maintain a system. So bigger gains come from training the staff, creating the protocols, and monitoring the safety indicators. So the patient safety needs to be recognized today itself as a public health priority. So in children, the stakes are very high, and since the effect at the neonatal period or the childhood period goes a long time, and it affects not only the baby but also the family. Therefore, this is the time that I urge our policymakers that let's strengthen our system, let's train our staff, and recognize that the patient safety is a global concern.
Right, sir. Since we have been talking about the importance of this theme which we are talking about today, and we talked about the empowerment, research, the awareness, and the innovation in the field of healthcare. So there is one more one more concerned person apart from the patient is their parents of the children, those who are always concerned about their children. So I believe we have the listeners who are parents, and from the newborn to till the adolescence age, not only the newborns. So what message or any message or any safer care promoting care for them you want to tell them, like how can they do that at home or anywhere, what that would be?
Yeah. Thank you. Through this talk, I would like to connect to all of you. So, as listener, let me assure you that you all have a very big role to play. Every one of you is a champion, and every one of you may start by being advocate for safe practices. So, if you are a policymaker, let's invest in systems, let's skill the professional, let's face that the safety is important, and let's tackle the problems. Let's not target the humans, let's chase the problem, right? So, if you are a healthcare provider, promise today to yourself that you will provide the safe practices best to your ability, and you will strive to become even better, and you will not think that this safety is not unimportant. If you are a family member, ensure that hand hygiene is important before touching your newborn baby, and you promote the good cleansing practices. Let's keep our vaccination cards updated. Let's learn the danger signs which are present at various ages. For example, in neonatal period, difficult breathing, poor feeding, apneas, increase in the respiratory rates, change in the color, getting high level of jaundice, not feeding well, having a fever or hypothermia. So if any of these symptoms is present, we should take our child immediately to the doctor or the healthcare provider and get the medical management as soon as possible. And each one of us should pledge today that we will spread the awareness about the safety culture in our community. We should always try to share knowledge about safe practices like kangaroo mother care, breastfeeding, complementary feeding, vaccination, and adequate exercise, less stress, indulging in good healthy habits, less of screen time, and if possible, let's try to get less obese and improve our normal day-to-day life. So the moment we all understand, all my learners understand that safety is not just the healthcare workers' responsibility, it's a partnership between the doctors, the healthcare workers, the nursing staff, the health professionals of all cadres, the communities, the parents, and the children themselves. This will become a default and it will be very easy to attain. So, through this platform, I would urge all my listeners that let's create awareness and then try to achieve this safety culture in this year where the safety is an important aspect.
Thank you so much, sir. Before we go, sir, and close this conversation here, a very short message to our viewers and listeners, if you.
So, a very crisp message would be that we all should understand that safety is a collaborative effect. So, let's, at all our levels, the healthcare workers, the policymaker, then the parents come together and understand that it is our right, and to get a safe environment, we should all try to listen and to the recognize the danger signs in time so that there is a no issue regarding any of this, and the safety starts from the birth only. And let's pledge that we will provide the safe environment from today onwards, and if we are already providing, let's increase the level to the next.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for joining us today on this special episode of the Spark podcast on this occasion of World Patient Safety Day. With the theme of patient safety from the start, every child deserves a safe care. We hope this conversation has highlighted the importance of safe, quality care for every newborn and child. Let us all work together, healthcare providers, families, and communities, to make healthcare safer for every beginning of the life for the child. I am Dr. Sonali Rawat, scientific editor of the Spark Kaho. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Namaskar. Good evening.
Thank you.